Hey guys, so here bringing you another video. So welcome back to Unranked Diamond. Yes, don't be mistaken, this is Unranked Diamond. Today I'm doing a little bit different. I'm doing a replay analysis episode. The reason for it is I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. You know, I don't want to hide anything from you. I felt the commentary that I did in this episode was not good. It was just not up to par to what I expect. And for many of you, you're going to know straight away, oh, that's a bit of a spoiler what happens in this game. And yeah, it is. But hopefully I can kind of show you and teach you how the other team did well and what I did bad. You know, it is that episode. You know, again, some people get annoyed that I'm spoiling it, but I don't want to put out content on my channel that I just feel this just isn't up to quality. This just isn't up to what I deem good. For you guys, really. It's for myself and you guys. You know, some people say, oh, was you raging? No, I'm somebody who just doesn't rage. I just went really quiet. That kind of what happens to me if I know I'm not playing well. And I did that in today's game. And the thing is, you know, in the past, I've skipped episodes. And there have been genuine reasons of I've had to skip this episode because there's been audio problems. But I had that episode and I was like, well, I don't really want to skip it because I did record it. But then I noticed I had the replay file. So I was like, okay, at least we can do something with this game. We're not going to completely skip it over. Sorry for that really long intro. I just thought I'd really, explain myself. Because some people were like, what's going on? Alright, so level 1 with Kindred. Going to be doing the Gromp. I actually made a small mistake already at level 1 that I didn't take W. I took Q. Just naturally in my head, I'm like, derp and derp. And also the camera, can you not do that? Thank you very much. So yeah, just do the clear. And just to mention, this replay analysis is not just going to be focused on me. We're going to be looking all over the map and kind of breaking down what's gone good, what's gone bad, that type of thing. Basic clear going on. Volibear does decide to go for the clear that he does the doubles, and then he goes over it and does the raids. It's an okay clear. It's actually kind of efficient, but you have to remember is Volibear is a champion that you do not want to burn your passive on early. So what he's doing, he's giving his smite enough time to come back up. That's what a Volibear tends to do. I go over, down, and I'm like, right, I'm on a bit low health. Let's give me a bit of time to regen a little bit. And crazy timing is the turtle spawns, but it's also my first mark. You know, the turtle spawns at 2 minutes 30, but I was like, okay, let's get the turtle. And first, I was like, wow, right, straight away we get a mark. That's awesome. If you haven't noticed already by looking on the sides here and there, is that they have 2 smites. The Shen went smite top lane purposely. He was spamming in all chat or something happened that there was this video that blew up of a Shen top lane with Blood Razor, and that's why he was doing it, and his team was flaming him the whole game, but you'll see how it goes. And then the enemy bot lane is a Caitlyn and Zyra with a Vladimir mid lane. Vladimir is still surprisingly strong. He's strong in a way that he just doesn't die very easy, basically. So you're going to have to look out for that. But anyway, let's speed up the game because the jungle clearing is a little bit boring in a commentary or in a replay analysis anyway. I decide I'm going to go over and maybe look for something top lane. First blood does come from my bot lane, and also Caitlyn is just standing there AFK basically going, oh, well, we're dead. What is happening right now? Let's just pause. The Caitlyn right now is just standing still. I think she's given up. The Bard is like, I don't want to take this. Ezreal, come get a free kill. So that's basically what the Bard is trying to do. He could have taken this 2 seconds ago. So we'll see how this pans out. Still not dead, still not dead. And Ezreal, are you going to take it? Not yet. And Bard takes it. I don't know why Ezreal just didn't take that. Anyway, I decide I'm going to go for an invade here. Throw a ward over just to have a little look-see. Do notice he's on it. He runs away. Boom. I get the smite on it. So now I have the buff. I'm looking for a nice kill on him. I know I have to be careful of his... Nice, there's the nice kill for me. I know I have to be careful of his chomp because that does a lot of damage, but I managed to get a kill on him, get his double buffs. Hey presto, we're looking good as Kindred. So we've already got 2 marks. We got the mark here and then the mark for killing Volibear because I did mark him. And then now if you look on the mini-map, I don't know if you can see it because Kindred's in the way, the other turtle is my other mark. So in the first 4 minutes in the game, I end up with 3 marks and a kill. So the game's looking pretty good for me as a Kindred so far. So I'm like, hey, this is great. Mid lane, they'll probably just be farming quite a bit. Let's actually move everybody around so you can actually line up who you want to kind of look at their items and stuff. There you go. Continue just to farm a little bit and then I'll probably head back to base. Maokai versus Shen. This matchup is kind of an even matchup. Again, it's kind of the wet noodle fight. The 2 massive tanks are just beating on each other, not really doing anything. And the only advantage that we have, or the Maokai has over the Shen, is that the Shen does have smite. You know, Smite, sure, it does scale when he gets Blood Razor, but that's going to be kind of a long time. So Maokai having Teleport will be able to get back into lane quickly, buy items, get back into lane, and have lane pressure probably for the most of the early game. Because the reason why TP is so good on Shen is you go for a ultimate play down in bot lane, let's say, and then you TP back to your tower. It's that good. Maokai is looking to do some damage. As you can see, he's returning quite nicely. He did go for the Dark Seal Corrupting Potion start. It's a fine start to do. I probably wouldn't do it myself for Maokai, but I guess some people do. But the game is pretty much just in a little bit of a farm state right now. Nothing really is going on. Bit of trading in the bot lane. You know, they are a Caitlyn Zyra. That's a crazy poke lane. So you've got to be careful of how much damage they're going to be outputting. A gank's coming on the mid lane. Victor does try to get away. He does a little bit of a weird pathing there that he's like walking back and then quickly runs away, but he's okay. That's good. Did have to burn his flash, but that's perfectly fine. One thing to note is the Volibear has gone the Ghost Summoner, not the Flash. So in the late game, we may be able to make use of that if we can kite him and that type of thing. Bard just gets out nice survival there. Ezreal does have to burn his heal, which I don't think he needed to do. Maokai did go for a dive there, which was a bit silly against the Shen. FYI, don't dive a Shen. He's got his W to avoid auto attacks. He's got his E to taunt you. It's just not a very good idea. I'm like, right, the mark's here. I'm a little bit nervous about doing this. I really want to try and get it. So I'm like, okay. But then also this guy's really low health. So I'm like, okay, if he bases and comes like here, then maybe I can just pick up a cheeky kill. And at this stage, I have no idea this is warded. Who would think that's warded at 6 minutes in the game? I throw a pink ward down. I'm like, oh, okay. And here's the point. As soon as I know that's warded, I am leaving. Why am I leaving? Because the enemy know that I'm there. You know, a lot of the time, whenever a jungler is stationary, not really doing anything, and they're just staying still for 30 seconds, most of the time, just kind of guess that the enemy team is collapsing on you. Because, you know, if you can't see them on the map and you're standing still, they probably know where you are. If they don't, then they don't. But I just say most of the time they probably do. So just be a little bit careful. Unfortunately for me, Volibear doesn't even... I probably could have got this mark and been okay. But again, you don't really want to risk it. Unnecessary risk is what usually loses games. Mid lane continuing to farm. Vladimir is 6 minions ahead. But you can see in the bot lane right now, look at the farm difference. 50 farm, 22 for Caitlyn. Not having a good game so far. I don't know whether she's just getting zoned or she's having problems. But yeah, she's having a bad time. Looking for a gank on the Vladimir, get the E on him straight away. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the full damage with like the E passive. One more attack would have chunked him really nicely there, but that's okay. Gives Victor a little bit of freedom in the mid lane, you know, just a little bit of pressure. And let me just make the point again, a successful gank isn't necessarily a kill. A successful gank can be pressure. Bard, for some reason, does run into the enemy jungle, and he does get completely caught out. Volibear W's the dragon, aggroes it, and now is getting hit quite badly. I'm making my way down to try and pick up a kill or two. He does ghost. Unfortunately, I do get caught by Zyra here. She exhausts me, but I'm like, okay, well, now we just get a free Zyra kill, right? Victor does follow me, and boom, there's the burst. Caitlyn also uses heal, but a little bit too late. So there's a nice free kill. I would have loved to kill the Volibear. Ezreal was coming down. By the time he actually hits it, which was a good hit, by the way, Volibear passive healed him up to a higher amount. I think Victor said I can have this blue, so that's why I'm taking. I'm like, oh, okay. So I am he's got mana, and I think he's just in a state of the game right now that he's like, I'm just in farm mode. I'm not looking for anything fancy, so that's kind of cool for me. By the way, one mistake that I made in this game was not prioritizing my marks like crazy. I think it's something that a Kindred, you know, if you watch a Kindred main comparing to when I play Kindred, is, yeah, I play Kindred a little bit on my main account, but not a lot, is the mark here, I'm too wimpy to go for this mark. Where I should be really like confident and just like, I'm just going to get it and leave. Like, get it really quickly and leave. Maokai does make a small mistake and actually goes too far in and gets killed when he actually did get out. Victor is looking to try and maybe get 1 or 2 kills here. Going to watch this play as I'm just in the mid lane farming. They turn their attention to the Vladimir. They should pick this up. And then the massive mistake by Shen right now. He teleports back into the fight for some reason and basically just suicides. Like, I don't know why he did that. And then Vladimir, I believe, will go down eventually. I am on my way. I'm probably going to get the kill, but Bard picks it up for himself. So I have no idea why Shen did that. Like, again, that was just a really weird play. Enemy blue buff is up, so I'm like, hey, let's just take this for free. Really nice. And then after this, then I'll be able to take the mark minion. Ezreal, meanwhile, is doing okay by himself in bot lane. Luckily, Ezreal is a good 2v1 AD carry. He can stay alive by using his E. He's got mobility. He's got okay wave clear with his ultimate. He's a good champion if you are going to leave alone for a while. Boom, get my another mark. So we're at 5 marks, I believe, or 4 marks at 10 minutes. I'm not sure how good that is. I think it's okay. Bard does go alone, and Volibear picks up a kill. So Volibear right now is 2-1-0. You got a 1-1 Vladimir and a 1-1-1 Shen. On my team, we do look to have a, I'm getting a little bit strong as Kindred. Victor's looking pretty good so far, and so is Ezreal, and, well, so is Bard, technically. Pick up the red, and I think at this stage, I'm like, right, I'm going to do the red, do one more camp, then go back and buy, because if we look into the gold tab, we can see that I have 1,700 gold right now. That is a lot of gold to be holding on to at 10 minutes. Again, just to make a point clear, this gold is doing nothing for you just sitting there. You need to use your strength. You know, the reason why sometimes you can get 1 or 2 kills in your top lane and then suddenly you get killed is like if you haven't gone back to buy items, the enemy might have more updated items than you even though you have more gold. So just be careful of that. Maokai is continuing to pressure in the top lane, but he is overextending with no vision. I will say he does this quite a lot in this game. He does pick up the Shen, which is really good. As long as you can get a kill when going down, that's a good sign. But just having vision like here, or just paying it, well, actually he did have vision, he just didn't pay attention to it apparently. Just need to like make sure you're just constantly looking at your mini map. Again, there are things you can do. Every single wave that comes in, look at the mini map then. Every single last hit you do, look at the mini map then. Just kind of try to do something about it. Dragon's up, so I'm like, right, I can solo Dragon pretty easy as a Kindred. I do a lot of damage, so let's just do this pretty quickly. They're zoning out the Zyra completely from her lane right now, so I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. Boom, get a really nice free Dragon, not contested at all. Zyra doesn't know what the hell is going on right now. Really what she should have done is just loop around the whole way and just got back to lane by now. I'm like, right, should we just go into their jungle? They do know we're coming. Obviously, we didn't know that. We don't know where their ward is. But we're looking for a pretty aggressive play right now. Like, is this smart? Maybe. We do have a lead on them right now, and we are looking to push that lead. Victor goes for a one-shot right there. We are in trouble. Volibear comes at a really good time for us. They might pick up the Caitlyn over there. I try to flash away, but then get slowed by the Zyra plants, and she picks up that kill. So yeah, overall, we get a kill on Caitlyn. Is it worth it? No. Little bit greedy from us, and then Vladimir makes his way down as well. Good ultimate by Bard, but then Vladimir does a really nice W and manages to survive. Good heal by Ezreal. Ezreal is going to be looking to pick up the Vladimir kill. Does get it himself. Bard will get out, but probably Ezreal will go down. So overall, wasn't worth it. 3 of us died, only 2 of them died. We had a lead, and that is what you call a mini throw. You know, you're not throwing the game like crazy. That's not going to make you lose the game. But it's just basically giving unnecessary kills. So you'll actually see now, Volibear is currently 4-1. He's actually starting to get a little bit fed here, a little bit strong. Maokai has to be careful. Again, you don't want to dive a Shen. He will always be looking to taunt you under the tower, especially if you have a travel ability. So as soon as W comes out from Maokai, he'll be looking to taunt you into the tower, to bring you into that tower range to do damage to you. Blue buff will be spawning pretty soon, so I probably will be giving that over to Victor. But yeah, the game, again, while Ezreal right now is double the CS, nearly double the CS of the Caitlyn, this game pretty much should be a free win whenever this has happened. You know, again, in lower ratings, mistakes happen, throws happen all the time. Here comes the kill for the Maokai. Boom, he does go for the kill. But once again, just to point out, Volibear shows up and boom, picks up himself another free kill. Unstoppable Volibear, 5-1. That's not good. Really not good having a fed Volibear. It's surprising how well that champion can carry if he's really, really fed. But like I mentioned, in high rating, whenever somebody is basically out of the game, like you're done, you're donezoed, you're half the CS, that you should just automatically basically win. Nice kill by Ezreal there. Where in lower ratings, because people aren't playing to the full potential or a lot of mistakes happen, throws happen all the time, or they happen more often in a low rating. Again, that's not a dig at low rating, that's just a fact. Where in high rating, it's a lot harder to make a comeback. You can do them, they're not impossible, but it's a lot harder. Looking to zone the Zyra completely out of her lane, she's been relatively easy to just get rid of from her lane. Like, she's been here quite a lot, and now we're zoning her away. All to just get this tower, zone her away, give Ezreal the free farm, and then boom, we'll just go on the tower and get that nice and easy. Or at least try to. We're trying to, well, Bard is backing off a little bit, don't know why. Volibear gets another kill in the mid lane, and Zyra makes a little bit of a mistake here. Good ultimate by Bard. She goes a little bit too close to the sun, let's say. When the tower was 100% dead, she exhausts me, and Ezreal picks up the kill. Bard also tanks the shot by Caitlyn there. Overall, nice times. But yeah, 6-1 Volibear so far. Let me just point out, the reason why I picked Kindred, someone will be like, why Kindred? You know, she's not one of your comfort picks. She's a pick that I play a little bit on my main account. Not a lot, be honest, but I play her a little bit. But looking at the team comp, what we needed was tank killers. You know, Ezreal, Bluebeard Ezreal, it can kill tanks, but it's kind of hard to. Anyway, an engage is going on. Looking to do as much as can. Throw the ultimate down before the burst comes out. Trying to do as much. Shen ult comes down as well. Volibear is so close to death, but unfortunately not dead. You know, Ezreal's going to try and do as much damage as he can. He is doing a decent amount of the damage. Exhaust comes on Shen. I would have personally exhausted the Vladimir instead. Ezreal E tried to get away from the Volibear, or away from the Vladimir, but he does E into a Volibear, so that was unfortunate, and boom, now an 8-1 Volibear. But going back to the why I picked Kindred, the reason I picked Kindred is because we needed a tank killer, because they already had Shen locked in, they had Volibear locked in. I was like, oh, and Vladimir, I was like, oh, this is going to be a hard game to win if we can't kill tanks. And, you know, we had already Maokai. I think I was like last pick. We had Maokai, who's not a tank killer. We had Victor, that's not really a tank killer. Like, he's a burst mage, not a tank killing mage. For some reason, he's running into the enemy jungle. He's probably going to go down here. You can see how strong the Volibear is. Legendary Volibear. So I was like, all right, we need a tank killer. We've got Ezreal. He'll probably go blue build Ezreal, but that's one tank killer when they have like 3 tanky people. Who's the best tank killing jungler, or who's one of the best tank killing junglers that will help my team out? Kindred. She gives us survivability, and I can build Bork and try to kill tanks. So that was my thought process behind the pick. It was an okay pick. You know, she's not in a crazy strong place right now, but she's got a 49% overall win rate. That's okay. 49% isn't terrible. So, yeah, you can make it work. Anyway, just going to continue clearing a little bit. Volibear is going to be taking his blue buff. I am wandering over here right now and trying to be like, hey, can I smite this? But what you'll also see with this guy getting stronger and stronger and stronger is you're actually also seeing the level deficit get bigger and bigger and bigger. He is level 12. I am level 9. There's nothing I can do about that when he's 9 kills, 1 death, 3 assists. There's, you know, I could farm my jungle for the next 10 minutes and, like, if he continues just to get XP and kills and that, I'm not going to catch up with this guy. I'm trying to, but we've got to basically limit the damage of this Volibear. Limit as much as we can right now, because if they continue to snowball right now, the game's over. Now, unfortunately, the Victor throughout this game did make a couple mistakes in thinking that he did way more damage than he actually did. Like, he went to try and one-shot the Zyra then, didn't do enough damage. He gets punished for it, boom, a free kill for Vladimir. When I think at one stage this Victor was 3 kills, 1 death, he was actually doing really well in the early game. You just got to be a little bit careful. You just got to know how much damage you're doing and just be like, okay, let's just be a little bit, you know, careful here. Dragon is up and it is infernal. It is definitely a dragon that I want to get. But I'm like, right, Caitlyn, she's probably basing in this bush, right? That's what my thought was. I was very tempted to go that way, and if I did go that way, I would have cut her off, which is really annoying looking at this replay now. But unfortunately, don't get it. I was like, ah, oh, really? And now at this stage of the game, let me just pause and just kind of explain, is I'm already one kill, 1 death. I know I'm not really going to get fed at this stage of the game. My only chance for getting fed, being useful, is to try and get my team to late game, to try and like just ease the pain, get us to late game. That is what's going through my mind. Infernal Drake is a Drake that, one, I really want as my team comp because it really helps versus their team comp, but it's also I do not want them to have it. Like, big time do not want them to have it. So am I going to go for the steal? Yes. Is it smart to go for the steal? Kind of. The enemy team do know I'm in the area, so I go for a Q. Just missed the smite. I knew I had flashed, so I was looking for the flash straight away. I get the Zyra, flash 2, get exhausted. And I am going to go down for this. I tried to pick up the Zyra, but I don't end up getting it. Was it worth going for that again? Was worth it, because if I got that dragon, even with dying, would have been 100% worth it. Ezreal is, I think, looking for a bit of a crazy play here. No vision right now. You know, you're just going to be like a little bit careful. I know I'm saying that when I just went in for a dragon, but I was going for an infernal dragon. That's a really important thing to get. My team should be just running away. I don't know what the Bard is doing right now, and actually really disappointing in the top lane. After the Maokai has several times killed the Shen 1v1, I think, yeah, he did dive a couple of times. He has been a little bit silly, but he actually just got killed in a 1v1 fight that wasn't near the tower. So that was a straight 1v1. And you may ask, how? Blood Razor. So this item does do a decent amount of damage, and if you're going to fight somebody with Blood Razor, expect they're going to do a lot of damage, and I guess the Maokai just didn't expect it, and boom, he gets killed. So even though the Maokai is 45 CS up, you know, quite a lot higher, he's built as a rock portal, this lead will go away completely if he dies in 1v1s. Now, right now, if I remember correctly, because I played the game about an hour ago now, I was saying to my team, our chance of winning this game is grouping. With Maokai, he gives us protection, he gives us the damage reduction, but grouping also gives us kite versus Volibear. Volibear is 9-1, don't let him use his strength. His strength is picking people solo. We've got Blue Ezra with Gauntlet that he can kite people, we've got Bard Q, we've got Victor W. We need to use that stuff basically to win the game, is what my thought process was, and I just said to my team, let's group, that's how we're going to win. So we'll see how that goes throughout the rest of the game. Maokai does teleport back into the top lane, by the way, while I was saying, hey, we need a group, and he just gets killed once again. Victor goes for another play, thinking he does more damage, and does get killed by the Vladimir. So as you can see, slowly, we are starting to lose grip on this game. We're losing grip on this game when we have a 5-2 Ezreal. You know, as I said last game in the Gangplank episode, when you have people on your team that are looking to do pretty good, that potentially can be your carry, don't do crazy stuff. Protect that person, especially if you're playing a tank or something like that. Like the Maokai, he should be like, I'm going to protect. Now, right now, I am running into like the damage, basically, because I was thinking they're doing Baron, or I think they might be. Fortunately, they're not, so I can be like, right, I'm just going to run away. Zyra doesn't kill me, so that's good that I don't die. But, you know, I wasn't risking them, like, doing the Baron. If they did the Baron then, the game was pretty much over, because I was like, oh, that's bad. But the longer this game goes on, let's just talk about it, is, one, the easier we can kite people. The more damage we obviously do to tanks, because I'll have Bork, so will Ezreal. That's tank killing right there. I think Victor was building, or was planning to build, a Haunting Guise Leandre's Torment in the late game. So we've got tank kill potential in the late game. What we don't have right now is that. We don't have tank kill potential right now. So we don't want to put ourselves in position that they can continue to snowball. Because trust me, they are very fed right now. They are stronger than us. Even though they have this Caitlyn that was miles behind, they have a 9-1-5 Volibear, they have a 3-2-6 Vladimir, who's surprisingly strong. And on top of that, they have a Shen, who, yeah, the Shen, he's doing okay in 1v1s. He got the kill on Maokai. I just want to point out that even though watching the replay, they're under no threat right now from getting killed. There is no vision at all here. Risking going for this kill is, well, very risky. Is it worth it? Probably not. Again, we're at a stage in the game, we don't want to let the enemy team get further ahead. So just farm, let the AD carries get Bork, get that tankiness to protect us, don't risk stuff. So this, I would say, don't go for it. You can see Bard is actually nearly dying to the Shen. I'm like pinging, don't do it, don't go for it, don't be greedy. Vladimir, as you can see, now is in the top lane. But just give us time at least to get to you, you know, group as a unit. Now, unfortunately, I think at the point right now, I wasn't saying it, but I was thinking someone was saying group top lane, getting the free tier thingy. Victor stays mid lane, and I think he does get caught for it, nearly gets caught for it. He does use his ultimate prematurely. At this stage, we're trying to get the kill on Shen. I think he will not die. Fortunately, that Bard Q didn't actually get hit to the wall. Sometimes they actually do, sometimes they don't. At this stage, we should probably be backing out right now. Like, really, if we were smart, that's what we'd be doing. I'm like, right, let's back out. It's probably a good idea. So I'm like, I stay around myself a little bit too long because I knew my team was just overstaying. It was a mistake by me overstaying myself. But luckily, these guys do get away. Volibear gets another kill. He's 10-1. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Victor hopefully can try and get the mid tower. So that was a bad case of overstay. I should have just left completely. Like, I should have just left the Bard to die and just run away. You can see, like, I was making my way out and then I decided to walk back in. That was stupid. Anyway, he unfortunately doesn't pick up the tower, but it's pretty low, so we should be able to get that pretty soon. But unfortunately, you're about to see the strength from Vladimir. So Vladimir has crazy confidence right now, goes for a dive on the guy, and boom, auto attack gets a kill. So we're going to struggle this game. Really, really struggle. We're struggling for a couple reasons. You know, we had some good strengths to our early game. You know, the Victor was 3-1, I think, at one stage. I got first blood in the jungle. Not technically first blood. I got a killer on Volibear 1v1. Maokai was doing okay before he started diving. We had good strength. Our team comp is still pretty good. We basically just got to try and hold on to as much as we can. team fight's breaking out. So as you can see, Maokai does have that damage reduction, but the damage doesn't come in yet. So the enemy team still have a lot of damage. Zyra ult comes down. Maokai will also go down. He's not down yet. He does flash and I get hit by the Caitlyn ult myself. We do survive, which is good. Surviving at this stage of the game is really good. That's what we want to do. Bard going over here is a big mistake. He really should have just stayed under this tower with us as a team, as a unit. The fight is not over. We can still go with this fight. The enemy team are looking pretty low. Victor has returned to the fight, so he's full health or nearly full health. He does throw his ultimate down. Probably not on the best targets, but he does pick up that kill on Zyra. Gets a shutdown gold on it. We are looking maybe to pick up 1 or 2 more kills. Need that W from Maokai any second. I try to go for a flash on the Caitlyn because she was doing a base in vision. And unfortunately, I think that's going to be that. I don't think we pick up anything else. Vladimir on less or around 100 health surviving. So that's just disappointing. Bard goes over here and the enemy team actually stopped their bases for that. Bard kills the Caitlyn. Boom, we kill the Volibear. This team fight is all of a sudden looking pretty damn good. Volibear does pick up another kill for himself, but he does go down. So overall, good team fight. We kill 4 of them. They kill 1 of us. We get a tower, or 2 towers technically. And hey presto, that's a nice spicy meatball. We are trying to continue. I do my ultimate still at this stage of the game. So I'm like, hey, we could potentially still fight, but we do decide just to back out. Don't do anything crazy. And that overall was a nice, good play. At this stage right now, Dragon is up. So I'm like, let's just go do Dragon for me. And Ezreal can do it pretty quickly. So you'd think at this stage of the game, we're looking pretty good. Even though the score is in the enemy's favor, sometimes you guys see it in LCS if you watch the competitive scene, is sometimes games finish when the enemy team has more kills than you, but you just have a better team comp and can press for the victory. That's kind of this game. Is that I think we have a better team comp if we use it correctly, but the enemy team right now have more kills because of their early and mid game. Is that they just let Volibear go crazy. You know, if you basically just didn't have a crazy Volibear this game, let's say he was an average kills in this game. Say he had 5 kills in this game, which is still quite a lot. We'd be ahead. You know, like, it's that simple. Or it would be pretty damn even in kills anyway, but we're still ahead in gold with them having more kills. So that's kind of what we have to hold on to. Looking for a kill here on the Zyra. Nice play by the Ezreal. Going for that E then. I don't think he needed to go for the E. I think he could have just auto-attacked and then just killed her. Because he actually used both summoners then. I don't think he needed to use heal. I think there was a panic heal there. Looking for the Volibear. Go over on the wall on him. Just to point out, Shen ult's coming down. Maokai does stop it. So I just wanted to point that out. I throw my ultimate down. Surviving. Good Bard ultimate there. And hey presto. Game's looking pretty good. So this is the momentum that we need to continue if we want to win this game. Whenever someone on the enemy team is extremely fed, don't let them use that strength. Bard going for that, just engage on him, really good. Shen's over here. My team's trying to get this tower. Is it a mistake me doing this? I'd actually say yes, this is a mistake from me. I should have gone mid lane and helped my team get the tower. I am looking to try maybe get this kill on Shen. He'll actually be surprised at how much damage I do. By the way, let me just pause. I got so surprised that he taunted me then. I shouldn't have. It was a good play by him, but that was a massive mistake. Maokai is coming around, so I'm hoping that maybe he can pick up the kill. But at this stage, I'm like, well, I'm dead. That was a terrible mistake by me. I'm dead. Maokai doesn't get the kill, unfortunately. That really sucks. Bit greedy from me. I did go overly greedy for that because he was the mark target, so I would have got a mark there. But yeah, that was really bad from me. I will hold my hands up and say that was a mistake. I should have gone mid lane, helped my team get this tower, and not do that stupid play. So, oops. And this is where, you know, again, why I'm not releasing the actual commentary of this is because I just wasn't feeling it. I went so quiet in this game, you know, in the hour. Because, again, I played this game like an hour ago. I watched back. I was actually editing it, ready to release. And I was like, I'm not saying anything. Like, there's just no commentary here. Yeah, it was just depressing. And I don't want to, you know, say anything bad, but if some of you watch this series by Pansar Dragon, I watch his videos occasionally, you know, I speak to him a little bit. Is his latest episode, or one of the latest episodes, he sounded really sad in that video. I couldn't watch the whole way through because I was like, this is just sad. And that's kind of what reminded me of my own commentary. I was like, I just sound really sad and I'm not talking. There's no point releasing it. Anyway, looking for a play here. Shen was looking for a taunt on the my carries. And you can see my damage is really high. Bardal, he alley-oops and goes a little bit too much there. Victor does get caught by a trap. Unfortunate. Looking to do as much damage as possible. I'm just committing for the Volibear kill right now. Because in my mind, I'm 3 kills, 6 deaths. Volibear is 12 kills, 4 deaths. If I manage to take him out just for me, worth it. Like, he is more fed than me. I want to abuse that. I want to kill him. Completely worth it. Maokai split pushing, just want to point out, yes, the Maokai's had a bit of a dodgy game this game. He should not be split pushing. Really should not be split pushing. He is he is like the definitive team fight, like AP top laner. His ultimate is literally an AoE damage reduction for his friendly team. Don't split push on Maokai. Like, some people I know love split pushing. If you're that type of person, Maokai isn't for you. Play Shen. Play Tryndamere. Play the split pushing top laners. Jax. Don't play Maokai. You need to group. And in all that, he then overstays and then, you know, is now getting caught out. Like, grouping is a great way to win games. I always say it in episodes, but especially on a grouping champion. I think he will end up surviving. And again, it's going to turn out into potentially a not a bad situation for us, because we can potentially turn this. Caitlyn mispositions. Boom, into a nice Ezreal ult. Boom, we get a nice kill with the Victor damage. So yeah, it turned out to be good. Boom, we get their AD carry. Boom, we get the tower from that. But its grouping is a really good idea. Now, I want to pause the game right now. What do I tell you guys nearly in every single episode of Unranked Diamond? Ready? Baron loses more games than it wins. Okay, keep that in your mind. So I just want to point out again, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. This was my call on Baron. I'm not hiding away. This was my call on Baron. I'm like, we can do it, right? I'm tanking it. It would have been nice if Bard was tanking it. I decided to put my ultimate because I'm like, right, let's just give us a little bit of health back, make us immune. Enemy team is coming near. Maokai, I think, is trying to come back into the fight. I get flash taunted by Shen, go down, and boom, bad times. Really sucky thing. So I want to pause that and just talk about it a little bit more. This is where, for me anyway, that I was being a little bit quiet in my commentary before this point. This is where pretty much from now on, I am just dead silent. Like, I know that is my fault. I will openly admit that was my bad. It was just bad. And Maokai, unfortunately, it was just a bad call. He teleported away. There was nothing for him to teleport onto. So I think he ended up teleporting to... I don't know. Where did he teleport to? I'm not sure where he actually ended up teleporting to. But he came to the fight a little bit late. It was not his fault at all. It was my fault for doing the Baron. So that just sucks. Occasionally, you're going to make bad calls that cost you the game. It happens. Everybody does it. And it was just this game. It was me. It sucks. That's all I can say about it. It was my stupid mistake. Is the game over? No, it's not over. I do remember the Maokai was typing at this stage instead of like running away. He does get a nice return kill on the Zyra there, which is good. And Ezreal is coming over. Remember, he is pretty strong, so he is looking to maybe pick up a kill here. Does use his heal. Again, this Ezreal does use heal when he probably doesn't need to. Vladimir is looking to cut that off. They are going pretty ham for our Maokai. And we are going to be starting to spawn pretty soon. So if the fight continues, we maybe can collapse on them. But yeah, that was bad. That was really my fault. You can see my score this game is 3-7-4. Just not good. Like, I don't know. And again, some people say, play your comfort picks, Huz. Do it. Stop sucking. Play your comfort picks. Kindred, I wouldn't define her as my comfort pick, but she's definitely an okay pick for me. I do okay on her on my main account. Like, that's the thing. I play okay, and I know, like, a lot of people will be like, how different is you playing on your main account to this series? I'm completely different, What you see in this series, I don't play very well in this series. I openly know that. A lot of people are like, if you're not a diamond player, I don't really care when people say that, because I know I am. I play on my main account, I can play, I'm getting fed, blah, blah, blah. I do get disappointed with my own play in this series. Unfortunately, with the level deficit, just to point out, he's level 16, I'm level 13. He outsmites me, and he's going to kill me. So at this point, yeah, I admit, I'm pretty tilted, because I'm like, okay, at least I can get the dragon. I can get the dragon from my team. I'll make up for doing that Baron. And nope, can't even do that. So this game is just a complete shambles on my part. It just sucks, really. And part of it is just the Volibear getting so fed. I don't know, again, if I could have done anything about that, because he kept getting pick kills just here and there, killing people when I wasn't involved. The one I was involved with was that bottom lane thing here. I think he got 2 kills from that. But yeah, I just couldn't keep up with this Volibear, which is really, really disappointing. Ezreal is looking to continue the fight. Bard just tried to survive. He does actually get hit by the Vladimir. He survives it and then ultimates, but he still survives, so that's good. Fight is continuing. And then at the stage of the game, I'm like, right, my own phrase, sometimes you don't need to be Batman, sometimes it's cool to be Robin, and that's kind of my mentality of, we just need to protect this Ezreal. Ezreal is the only way we're going to win this game. Shen ult comes down. Unfortunately, Ezreal gets taunted. I throw my ultimate to try and help him survive. I think it does make him survive, thankfully, but that's about it. Like, we can't do anything more than that. The Shen taunt goes through the Maokai. I managed to dodge the actual taunt, but then I get killed by the Vladimir and then the Volibear. They're just so tanky. Like, when a tank team... Like, here's the point. You don't need tanks to win solo queue, but what you do need... Or if a tank team does get fed, it's really hard to beat a tank team because they can just dive you. They can take objectives without taking much damage. It's really hard to beat a fed tank team, and that's kind of what's happening this game. So as you can see, my KDA is slowly spiraling out of control. Again, I'm never a KDA warrior. Like, again, I'm not a big KDA person, but it's always annoying to see, like, me just feeding. Maokai looking for a kill on the Caitlyn, decides to just give up for it, which is a good idea. Caitlyn looking for an ultimate, doesn't do any damage, and that's the thing to say. This Maokai is really, really, really tanky. He's building a Haunting Guise, which I get why, you know, hey, they're a tank team, we need to kill tanks, but I don't think it's worth him building the AP. I don't think it's worth it. Build more tankiness, protect Ezreal, that's probably a lot more useful. Also point out in the items, the enemy Zyra is going full AP. Like, just want to point that out. She's really fed for a support. She's doing a lot of damage, which we have to be really careful about. But let's actually go in the gold tab. So yeah, I am having a terrible game this game. I actually have the least gold on my team. I have less gold than Bard. Just can't make anything work. And you're going to get these games, unfortunately. It's part of solo queue. Well, it's actually kind of part of life. Not to bring like a big philosophy thing on it, but you're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. This is definitely one of the downs for me. Anyway, we find a pick on two champions here, the Shen and the Vladimir, trying to get a kill here on at least one of them. We do end up going for the Vladimir. Shen does go for a ultimate, which could actually lead to his own death here. Bard's ultimate comes down, he doesn't get anything for it. Caitlyn mispositions, she blows both of her summoners. That's good for us, but that's pretty much going to be it. Maokai looking for a nice little engage there. Maybe we can get something. Bard mispositioning for the Volibear. He's probably going to pick up another kill. And sorry I missed it, but basically Zyra came from the backline and completely chunked me and Ezreal, just completely as by herself as a support. So at this stage it's like, okay, team fight over, time to leave. Volibear's looking for an engage on here. The Victor does overextend and gets killed by the Volibear. Team fight over. That's what you got to think is like, okay, just leave. It was, I think, a relatively even team fight, 2 for 2. That's not terrible with actually them being ahead of us in kills and everything. Just take that. Again, the later this game goes on, the better for us. Take it and leave it. And that's, I think, what ends up happening. So just a continued little bit of trade happening in mid lane. Hopefully my team don't do anything crazy. Maokai was basing, he does cancel it, which is good. But now we're basically getting into the stage of the game where, obviously, yeah, the first Baron, that was stupid. But we're actually getting into the stage of the game where Barons and that mean a lot more. Where you actually can end the game for them. Unfortunately, my team overextend a little bit, get caught completely, and boom, Maokai's dead. That was not needed. That was an unnecessary death. Just don't be around there at that stage of the game. For some reason, Caitlyn goes over here and she dies for free. I don't know why she did that, so that's nice. Mistake by us. I noticed the mistake straight away. I'm like, don't want to be here, and I managed to get away, but I don't think Bard can say the same. Zyra's damage is coming through. Good ultimate by her. They do pick up another kill. So yeah, that was a mistake going for that greedy play. We didn't know where the rest of the enemy team was, so that was bad. But yeah. Okay, so continue going for the damage. Nice pick on the Zyra, but unfortunately he gets E'd and then chunked by the Volibear again. 19 kills Volibear. Right here, I'm like, right, I'll save you as I'm dead. That's basically what happened there. I don't know why I went for that. I actually thought he was going to die. He survives. Really, really small amount of health. But at least he survives, right? Again, I've given up with my KD at this point. So at least he survives. Again, you know, he's 8-2. He's actually pretty strong. But that's what we got to hold on to. Anyway, enemy team are going to go for their first inhibitor. Ezreal knows he can't really do anything about it against 3 of them, so he's just clearing the minions. Volibear was thinking about going for the Ezreal. Don't think he could have died. I think Ezreal could have kited him quite well there. So yeah, this game, it's not over. You know, we still have a chance if we just play it correctly. Like I've said that from the beginning. We have a good comp in the late game. Well, if we kite them with Ezreal blue damage, like the Gauntlet, etc., use our slows efficiently, we're looking pretty good. This team fight's a really important team fight, that if we kill these people, we can potentially go for Baron or something like that. Good Q by the Bard. Unfortunately, Ezreal does miss his Q. Volibear so low, a Shen ult comes down, and boom, he survives for now. Volibear is looking to survive. Shen ult gets cancelled by the Bard Q, I believe. Throw my E on him just to slow him, and we will end up picking that kill up. Ezreal gets it. Volibear will end up surviving, I believe. He does use his Ghost to try and survive. Maokai just can't get to that. And what I'd say with the Maokai build is he built a Leandre's Torment. Instead of a Leandre's Torment, I think a Dead Man's would have been more useful. We do manage to get a nice pick on the Zyra there, and now we're going to head on over to the Elder Dragon. Volibear is still around. He's actually healing from his passive, and I know he will outsmite me. I am level 15. He is level 18. He has like 150 more damage in smite than I do. So you can actually see me. I'm not even focusing on the dragon. Whenever Volibear comes near, I'm like, right, let me just go on that guy. So I do decide just to go over, kill that guy, and then we can focus the dragon. Boom, Elder Dragon. Really nice buff there. So hey presto, that's pretty good. So we get Elder Dragon. So the game, again, not looking terrible. Caitlyn at this stage of the game, by the way, was split pushing top lane. Again, she had a really rough game. And she's basically gone into pure farm mode, not really get involved, which is actually working for her. She's actually ahead in farm now of the Ezreal. In gold-wise, if we look at the gold tab, she's got 15.7k gold or 15.8k gold. Ezreal's got 16.6. She's only like 800 gold off. Like, she's actually not that far off in gold comparing to how different they are in Fed. So 10, 2, 9, 3, 6, 10. You'd think Ezreal will be way more ahead like in gold, but he's not. So Caden's actually done pretty good here. Anyway, again, let me just pause just to explain. So the first Baron, whenever you're a jungler and you muck up a Baron call, it makes you a little bit hesitant for the next Baron. You're like, oh, I don't want to do the next Baron. I don't want to be blamed again. You know, it was my fault the first time. Let's just not do it. This time, it was not my call. So my team were like, let's do it. And I'm like, really? Okay. So they just go on it. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Fine. So I just go on the Baron. We are going to do a lot of damage to it, so we should be able to do it pretty quickly. Hopefully can zone people out. So we are doing it, burning it, burning it, burning it. Boom. I do get the Baron, so it's a good Baron. Yay. I throw my ultimate down because I was expecting to get burnt. Boom. My ultimate does save us by quite a bit of damage, so that's really good for the ultimate there. Maokai does go down. Caitlyn, GA does get popped, and boom, she's also going to die. Bard mistimes his Q, but not a big deal. But yeah, we just get the Baron. We get some nice kills. Bard goes straight into a Volibear. The exhaust comes down. And at this stage, I'm like, I want a base, but I'm like, maybe we actually can kill him. We've got two people with Blade of the Ruined King. We can kite him kind of easily. But I think we do decide maybe just to try and back out. Fight comes down. Vladimir ult comes down. Zyra kills the Bard. We are trying to kill the Volibear here. He survives. GA gets popped. Zyra unfortunately gets the kill on that guy. I do manage to survive. Get one auto attack on the Volibear just to get the slow with the red. And boom, he will go down eventually. So overall, great team fight. We get the Elder Dragon, we get Baron, we get like a lot of them dead. I think it was like nearly an ace apart from Vladimir. So this stage is like, yeah, we're behind in kills, but we're looking pretty good. Like I said to you guys, 15 minutes ago in this commentary, is sometimes you could be behind in kills, but if your team just does better stuff in the late game, it doesn't matter. You can just push to try and get the win. So yeah, this again is at the point of the game in the actual commentary that I'm just like not saying anything. I might have gone, yay, we got Baron, or yay, that was a good team fight, but that was about it. I'm just like really try-harding at this stage, try to make up for my just terrible play throughout the game. But we're looking pretty strong, so I haven't spoken up my item build at all in this game. It's pretty much the standard Kindred build for team fighting. I know this game is, or should be at least, settled in team fights, so that's what my build is for. It's for team fighting. So I start with the Blood Razor, obvious item for Kindred. Then I go into the Bork. I actually went Bork earlier. Usually you'd go Rune in second and then Bork, but I actually went Bork second because of how fed their tanks were getting. So I knew I needed just to get some, stuff against tanks. Then I went the Runen with obviously Berserker Greaves. Runen, teamfight damage, spread your damage. Pretty simple concept. And then finally, Mortimer Mortis for survivability versus the Vladimir and all that stuff. And then finally, obviously, building the GA last. My team, let me just pause to make this point very clear, is these guys have to be careful. They don't have Ezreal, they don't have me. I'm the less important one, but they don't have Ezreal. He's our really fed AD carry, 11-3. They're going for plays, which is great. You know, confidence is good. But be really careful. You know, you don't want to just get engaged on by Volibear. You know, Victor gets flipped over, he dies, boom, we lose a team fight. So it's just be a little bit careful, be smart, don't go crazy. Luckily, my team do decide to back off a little bit until we do arrive. Victor does decide to back. I don't think it's the smartest idea him backing there because we should have momentum right now. Yes, they have super minion in mid lane, or they actually don't. He didn't need to back at all there. They don't have a super minion. So he should have stayed. We should have kept up the pressure with our Baron buff, but instead we are now wasting the Baron completely. All this time we could be looking for a dive, looking for something. Volibear does look for something, and again, this is the stage of the game. He does use his ghost and everything. He shouldn't be able to get on anybody now. Really good Bardo, gets a couple of them there. Unfortunately misses his Q, but that's fine. Victor is making his way down, so now we can start sieging. A little bit later than I wanted to, but again, it's not terrible. But again, Volibear shouldn't be able to get on top of us unless we get like taunted or something by Shen, which would be a very big mistake by us. So we're basically just in siege mode right now. We've got this Baroned up cannon that's going to do a little bit of damage. It is going to go down probably, like people are going to focus it, but it should be okay. And we are, you know, we don't actually mind if the enemy team engage on us right here. We actually want them to engage on us because we should be able to kite backward. We are looking for an occasional poke ourselves with victory and stuff, which is good. Also, Ezreal has his Q poke. And boom, now we've made Vladimir use his pull, so we should be looking to go all in with the tower. Teamfight is going to start to happen. I throw my ultimate down to avoid all the damage by the Vladimir, and then the Zyral comes down. But their damage is just crazy high. I'm looking for the Caitlyn right now, don't manage to pick it up. But yeah, their damage is just crazy high. My ultimate and Victor's ultimate might have crossed paths a bit, which isn't great. But I don't think we were going to kill anybody with that Victor ultimate anyway, because they weren't like crazy low health people. So that kind of just shows is we got to still be really careful. I'd say what happened bad there was we didn't use our team correctly. Like I said to you guys, we're a kiting team comp. We want to use the Ezreal blue build, the gauntlet, to kite people backward, to like kill them one at a time. And we went for a straight team fight there, and we just lost it. It's that simple. The Zyra at this stage of the game, she probably is doing the most damage out of any of the people in the team fights right here. Her and Vladimir. And we're not using our team comp correctly. Like, we should have let them burn their ultimates, back out, and then re-engage when they don't have ultimates, but we didn't do that. We just stood and took the fight. Was never going to go well. The game, at this point, you might think, oh, the game's over. Not over just yet. There's still a little bit of hope. You know, they have their carry, but we are now respawning, trying to go for a kill on the Zyra. Boom, nice free kill there. Again, one thing that unfortunately happened a lot in this game is I was just getting assists. I have 13 assists right now. I just wasn't getting kills. If I got a couple more kills, that would have been amazing for me. But we get a nice pick on their Zyra and their Caitlyn. Again, getting the AD carry in the late game is really, really good. So this should give us pressure to try and, you know, get their inhibitor or something. We need to do something when they have less people. Also, just point out, Vladimir bought a GA. So he's going to be very hard to kill because, you know, his ultimate heals him like nuts. And then if we manage to actually kill him, then he'll just respawn. And then his W will be back on cooldown. And yeah, boom. Really hard to kill that guy. So we just decided to go to mid lane. Try to do as much as we can to this inhibitor. You know, even taking the fight here is probably a good idea because, you know, it's 5v3. Even though it's the really fed Volibear, he's been at 19 kills now for quite some time. I know I'm saying 19, that's a lot of kills, but he should start not doing a lot. Anyway, going to be focusing on the tower, but then we can just pop them and turn on to a team fight here. Bard ultimate comes down. You can see Volibear is running for the Victor. I don't know why he's focusing on Victor. He really should be focusing on Ezreal. I look for a flash there on to try and execute. Throw my ultimate down on myself here, trying to do as much as possible. Zyra plants, by the way, are wrecking us. Like, completely and utterly wrecking us. The plants killed Victor, the plants killed me. I was dead anyway from Caitlyn ult, but she's doing so much damage. Anyway, so we were at a good position, then we completely threw it away by not paying attention to the Zyra, and boom, we get aced. Vladimir flashes on the Ezreal, finishes him with the Shen ult. And again, okay, you think the game's over, so let's just actually fast forward because there's nothing going on while we're dead. Enemy team is looking to go into our base. They are also getting another inhib. And now they're looking to end the game. And as you can see on the right, we are actually respawning. they're not doing any damage to these towers. Not much at all. So actually, we've respawned, or about to. And we're like, okay, the game's not over. Let's actually try to kill them now. If we kill them now, maybe then we can do Baron and look for a stop. Bardock comes down really close to finishing them off. Really, really close. Looking for a kill here. I actually make a mistake of going for that E. I don't know if I would have gone through that Bardy normally. Going for a kill on this Shen here. Try and do as much damage to him as possible. Try to go for him. And then my... I think the Wolves might have finished him off. I don't really know. Or my Blood Razor. Boom. We get 2 kills. We get a kill on the carry. We get a kill on the Shen. In my head, I'm thinking we can end. Like, oh my god, are we actually going to win this game? This is a really hard game to win. Have we just won? So that's what we're hoping for. That's what we're going for. So that we're pushing down mid lane against the enemies. Super minions. So let's see what we can do. So again, I'm a little bit happy. Maybe I start talking a little bit now in the commentary. But let's just pause the video right now. Let's just talk about positioning. So all we see is this Vladimir and Volibear. Look where Zyra is. Now let me just point out that the past couple minutes I've been saying this Zyra is doing a lot of damage. Yeah, let's watch what happens. You know, you've been a bit spoiled, but anyway, we're together. AD carries are together. Boom. And damage. We get completely chunked by Volibear and Zyra, and suddenly we just lost the team fight. Zyra literally won them that team fight. Like, no joke. She, by doing that little play here, amazing play by her. Really, really smart play. Flanking us with her ultimate. Volibear, I think he just ghosted on us. Yeah, that was a really, really tough thing to kind of live by. Anyway, Victor unfortunately couldn't make it in time for the team fight. Again, it wasn't his fault. We were just like, hey, we can win the game. Really simple. Wasn't expecting that from Zyra. So yeah, really nice play by her. A lot of minions here for the enemy team. I think it's actually a small mistake by Caitlyn here. That the enemy team should be thinking, let's just go end the game. So she shouldn't care about minions this game. She should be running to end the game right now. But she's not. Shenel is coming down. Victor does go down. And I believe that's going to be the game eventually. So as you can see, just overall a disappointing game for me. Again, these episodes don't happen often, but I wanted to be completely honest with you guys. I just didn't want to upload that commentary because I just didn't think it was good. You know, you don't want me to be all depressed and sad and be like, oh, you know, I suck and all that stuff. It just wasn't a good commentary. So hopefully this was okay. It means we don't miss an episode, which is good. And there's the game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed nonetheless. I actually can tell you, looking at the end screen, the Zyra did the most damage on the enemy team, and I believe Ezreal did the most damage in the game. We should have done a better job protecting that guy, and I think we could have done it. I played terribly. I take a lot of blame for this game. Like, if it's in percentage, I take 85% of the blame for this game. Really poorly played by me. But yeah, expect another episode tomorrow. I'm actually probably going to record it probably later today. I'm going to like have a shower, refresh myself, maybe go for a walk, get some fresh air, and then probably record another one because I'm disappointed with myself because I know I can do better. And I miss, you know, I love doing live commentaries. So I'm probably going to record the next one later. And I think the next one will be a right point giveaway. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did like it, if you like this style, then throw a like on it. I am expecting this video to get more dislikes than normal because people are like, no, I like the live stuff, which is understandable. But yeah, if you did make it all the way to the end, because it's actually going to be surprising. Should we say a key word? I normally don't do this, but because it's a different type of commentary, let's just talk about goals. What is your goal right now? It can be in life, it can be in League of Legends. I'll really be interested to know. So again, if you like it, throw a like on it. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you guys next time. See ya.